In about 1975, I was managing a large leasing company, and I guess by that time I had bought out the company. It was a subsidiary of a larger company. And I was invited to visit some people in Hot Springs, Virginia, where one of the retired officers, which was one of my clients, invited me to lunch with a fellow named Clarence Kreiser. And I guess the other person there was an attorney whose name was Shad Solomon. So probably Shadrach that he went by Shad. And so we had lunch, and he told me he would like for me to buy the dealership. He was getting older and he would like to retire. And I expressed an interest in it, but I didn't know I had agreed to buy it. And so when maybe a month later, I got a notice in the mail or a summons that he was suing me for $325,000 because I had promised to buy the dealership and hadn't come through. The purchase price was $275,000 and $50,000 in damages because he said I had harmed his business in the community. And so I decided that it was serious enough that maybe I needed to get an attorney. So I called a friend of mine named Larry Hofheimer. He was a short, dynamic young man and probably a very skilled lawyer. And I said, I need you to go to a meeting with me. We're meeting with some guys. And it turned out it was Solomon and his friend were both state senators, and they were in the meeting. And then Clarence Kreiser was there, and then we were sitting on the other side of the table. So we go into the meeting, and I'm being sued for $325,000. When we leave the meeting, we're on the way back to Washington after we've had lunch. And Larry said, Charles, if what happened, what I think happened, I've never seen anything like it. And I said, well, what do you think happened, Larry? And he said, well, we went into a meeting where a guy's suing you for $325,000 to buy his business. We come home, and he's giving you 50% of the business if you will become his partner, and then the business will pay you 8% interest on any money you have to loan to the dealership. And if the dealership is not making money within 3 years, not making a profit, then everything will be sold and divided equally. And I said, yeah, I think that's the deal. And he said, and they asked us to write up the proposal. And I said, well, I think that's true. And so we did. So that was my Rumpelstiltskin story.